Yeah, Aditya, you can start now.
Okay, so are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Let me find my meeting
So guys,
connections.
maybe now you can lower down your hands. That's not a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I have two screens in which I'm sharing here. One is the course agenda as we'll progress, and we'll adapt some of it. And some of it has been kept a bit open-ended intentionally because, as Puneet was mentioning, this course will be a lot interactive. The more doubts you will ask, the more we will go in depth into each topic, trying to explain you how you improve things, how you fix things. So we will evolve a few things as to best help you guys out. Now, going into the course agenda, in the first week, obviously we are doing this introduction, and we'll get all your accounts there. You will make sure that you have the tool environment correctly set up. That part will be done. So we will dive into synthesis and then associated constraints and its optimizations in the next couple of weeks. And when we do that, again, this is not going to be from some theoretical perspective or just giving you a script perspective. So obviously there'll be a script. If you see here in the code, in the structure which I have, there is a course project which will continue as I teach. So this is something which we'll use for teaching. This is a RTL with complete with the pad ring. So if you press play on the script, you will have a tape out ready like in chip. But as I go through the course, it is your responsibility along with my teaching to understand why is it really generating a RTL which is tape out ready. And in the course, we will also teach that. I will explain you each and every part of this. Why is it doing this? So we will take this synthesis concepts and we will apply them into those scripts. So we will modify timing constraints on the input. We will try to apply timing margin. We will try to apply different uncertainties. We will try to see if there are multiple clocks, what do we do about it? We'll try to change everything what we learn from the tool, from the basics into the tool environment, and we will try to see how does that affect our design. And we will take a base design and we will evolve that. And from the perspective of synthesis, we will tackle specifically constraints and optimization. So constraints, we will, for knowing constraints, you need to know very fundamental STA, not complex STA. So we will start with the expectation that you at least understand what is a setup and hold check. Even if you don't know that, we will overview that very briefly, but that is a basic expectation that you understand fundamentally that what is a setup and hold check. Going from there, if you understand that, how complex constraints evolve on setup and hold on different SOC scenarios, that's what we want to tackle. So a setup and hold is between register, input part, output part. That part a lot of you might know, but how does it evolve in a complex SOC? That's what we want to target here in this course. Similarly, what kind of optimizations do you apply when in a complex SOC? That's what we want to target. That part we will tackle for synthesis in the next couple of weeks. As we progress, we will slowly go towards the your actual place and route flow in the weeks which will follow. What I will give you a chance to ask questions or debate out these topics towards the end. Let me go through all of this once first. Now, as we progress, what we'll do is we'll go step by step into each one of the stages of place and route. In each one of these stages of place and route, always understand that there'll be a base script which we use, which you will learn in the course as I explain the concepts. I'll explain the concepts using the base script as well. Then we'll understands some optimization options. I will show you some optimization options or some specific options. I will apply some of them in the base script. Then a lot of them I will ask you to try on your own. And that way, it might be that I might ask you, okay, apply this congestion specific operation to help out in congestion issues happening during the placement stage. And I might ask you, okay, if this is a base script, adapt it for that particular problem. Now, as we are adapting this, what happens is the base structure of the design which we have might not be sufficient enough for you to learn everything. So what we have done is we have created 4 different kinds of challenge projects around the base script, which we will ask you to try out. Now, these are capacity based. Some of you might still be learning the base scripts, trying to understand how do you apply basic options in them. But some of you might want to explore a little bit more. You might want to create different floor plans. And if you have different floor plans, it gets very challenging to create automated power plans for them. So we will teach you power planning, but how do you do automated power planning which evolves with the floor plan in a complex SOC? That's a very hard part. So that if someone changes one aspect of the design, your whole power plan doesn't break down. Similarly, if due to SOC constraints, blockages get at different parts of the design, how do you solve different kinds of placement issues? And if now your floor plan is complex to begin with, how do you solve different placement timing congestion issues? So again, you can explore this in the base script, but we will give you some challenging options. In the base one, you might not be able to appreciate the options and the optimization and the tricks which are needed in a real world scenario. So the challenge projects are towards forcing you to a more real world scenario. Then similarly, we will take this and we will try to optimize the clock tree distribution. So can we reduce the clock tree power by 50%? We will learn CTS in great detail in the course. We will go in every aspect of CTS in the course. But now the challenge is up to you. Can you reduce its power dissipation by 50%? So you have this base script. I have a CTS setup here. It will give you a power number. Is it possible for us to reduce the power dissipation by 50%? Or look at it the other way. There'll be a buffer count in that. CTS results in buffer instantiation for clock tree. Can you reduce the CTS buffer count and their drive strength? So effectively, the congestion and the routing issues which are created in CTS get reduced. What options can you apply to cut the resource utilization of CTS by half? This is a very typical industrial challenge. Figuring out a good CTS strategy and not just writing CTS run. So clock opt can be written by everyone. And if you go in typical scripts which are in the industry, okay, they have a bunch of options set and they've written clock opt. Now you don't know what that lead to. Maybe that is a completely useless option for your particular design because your design might have specific clock constraints. So what optimization tricks to use when to cut down CTS resources? So your chip might be consuming 500 milliwatt, but if you do a good CTS, it might then result in half of that. And nowadays in industry, you scavenge even for 1 milliwatt power. So this is a very big deal. Similarly, if you go again in the same challenge, we'll learn about routing. Now, when we do routing, a typical challenge which comes is you have to have a lot of non-default rules. And those non-default rules need to be also adaptive. So they need to evolve with the flow. So you cannot just apply a non-default rule on a net. So if you apply on a net, if you run it on the next iteration, if the net name changes, your thing might break. So where do you apply? Do you identify a module, an output of a module, or you hard code a gate. In specific scenarios, you have to do specific things to make sure that your script does not break. Also, what kind of non-default is useful and what should you apply when? That we'll learn a little bit from theoretical perspective and then try to apply it in the tool environment. So again, the whole course structure will be focused on you have a course project, which we will teach along with. We'll apply different options on that. But then we will ask you to evolve these scripts into more challenging projects. And different people might reach different stages of these challenge projects. That is fine. You're all learning. You will evolve with the course as you go forward. But I want the reason this is structured this way, because this will let different stage people with different understanding, different level of PD expertise till now evolve all together. Now, don't feel bad that I know more or someone more knows more than me or less than me, because this field you will constantly evolve. This is not like a field in which you should be feeling bad about yourself that I don't know this. Don't feel bad that if you're not able to complete some things, it's perfectly fine. We have also even structured intern projects after this for some people. Puneet will talk about that a bit later with you guys, that if you do well and if you want to continue on this line, we want to even take these further for some people, where we can give you a more complex project of creating a sign-off ready script in a lower technology node, or creating multiple voltage domains in them and creating a sign-off ready script, which are a lot more challenging projects then. So depending on how you are growing, and this is a constantly learning field, always remember that you will tackle higher and higher challenging projects. And the more challenging projects you will handle, the more onus is on you guys to do this, because it is a lot of time exploring the tool on your own. And from my side, I will try to guide you, maybe look at this option, because if I give you the solution script, then you did not learn anything, right? I will guide you. Okay, maybe if you looked at this option, you will be able to figure it out. Or I might tell you, you are not doing approaching this from the correct perspective. Maybe take this as a reference and think about it, or go read this man page of this option, or try to find an option which might do this. So I will try to guide you in the right direction. But for the challenge projects and eventually for intern projects, I will not give you a final script. If I gave you the final script, you will not learn anything new out of this course. And that is a typical problem in industry and a lot of courses as well. People just give you the script and you run. We will not do that. We will guide you towards creating the correct script yourself. And then the more you work hard, the more you will learn out of this course. So towards the end of the course, we will talk about concepts of DRC, LVS, specs, chip integration. I kept this course topic specifically because a lot of people who are in PD do not really understand how their design GDS they have created will go and actually be signed off from physical perspective, because there are still a lot of issues which are potentially left in a complex SOC. So I wanted you guys to appreciate that. Obviously, as we do all of this, none of this is done without timing. So don't think that we'll not cover timing in this. Timing sign-off is a part of each of these stages. So whether it's floor plan to routing, any stage you do, you have timing at the back of your mind. And the way tool evolves anything is based on timing. So if you have a question, where will we learn timing? Timing is learned in each one of these things. Without timing, you cannot do any of these. So timing is integral part of it, and we will report timing, analyze timing in each one of these to understand what is going wrong, what is going right, and then try to fix it. So there are power performance area measures, and in that, performance is typically measured in timing. So timing is a fundamental challenge which we will try to solve. And without understanding and meeting the timing specs with STA understanding, there is the whole PD concepts don't exist. So timing is integrally built into the course. And during the course, as you will see, we will have towards the later part of the course, as we progress, we will start to have some sessions to discuss these challenge projects as well, because when I give you these, you'll face some challenges, and a lot of you guys are trying to solve these challenges. So the way we will structure these sessions is, whoever is tackling whatever, they'll try to present their problem. Maybe collectively you guys are able to solve. This is something which I want to also incorporate in through this course. That's, as you're in industry, sometimes you talk with another person working in similar area and try to solve the problem. Did you explore this? Did you explore this? Then in these sessions, I will also try to guide you in the right direction on these projects. So that's why towards the later half of the course, I have kept some project discussion and doubt solving sessions specifically. These are focused towards challenge projects, but if there are some concepts which are left over from the rest of the sessions, we'll take them as well. If there are doubts from the rest of the sessions, we'll take them as well as we go along. And there might be some specialized topics like UPF you might want to discuss, and there might be some topics which are left over. There might be some special requests which might come from you guys. So I've kept some time for that towards the end of the course. So that's the rough course structure we have come up with. Now, I would like, if Puneet is there, if he wants to add some thing to it, and then we'll go slowly. And if you have any suggestions or doubts from one of you guys from the student side, we'll take that. Puneet, do you have any point would you like to add here? I think Puneet might have stepped out for a bit. That's fine. So let's go to, and if anyone has any questions or suggestions or did not understand what will be covered in a specific thing. Let's see. And you guys can lower your hands. The people, if the people who will raise their hands should actually ask questions now.
Yeah, Aditya, sorry. So I was little bit.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, so I think you were asking something, right?
I was saying that would you like to add something on the content? Because what I did was I briefly overviewed the content and how it relates to the course project, challenge projects, and eventually maybe we can even offer some internships to continue with the tool, depending on who does how well in the overall thing.
So guys, I think main topic is almost same. So if anyone is going to ask you like, okay, what different topic we are going to teach you, especially like for the experienced people. So obviously the concept wise, the topic wise is almost the same thing. The only things is like on a practical side, what are the different challenges are there, and how you're going to solve those challenges. And I think most of you people are here to solve the challenges, like real-time challenges. Now, in the real-time challenges, it depends on project to project. It depends on the scenario, like, okay, what scenario we are talking about. So what I will suggest, like if you have seen the project point, like we have designed 4 or 5 projects, and this is just like in a sort of a guideline, like, okay, you have to do things in this particular way. And if any one of you are like want to do everything from scratch, like RTL, and then you just do everything RTL to GDS yourself, most welcome. And if you are like, okay, we wanted to implement this particular part, all those things, no issue from our side. No one is going to stop you. And that's the reason, as a part of a course, I have mentioned like, okay, after the completion of the course, if you need an extension of like 15 days or 20 days for the tool access, you just ping me, okay? And so we'll plan in that particular way. That's not a problem. Only the thing is like you have enough time. 3 months of approximately time is there. If you will give 100%, then you will learn a lot of things. And if it is like you're thinking like, okay, whatever Aditya is going to just share with you some labs or some exercise they will give you, and you have to just finish that particular exercise. So I think again, you will not learn. Obviously, you are going to learn, but you will not, I would say, utilize 100%. Maybe you will just utilize 20-30%. That's all. Now, maybe now when it comes to the fresher, maybe you may be thinking like, okay, everything is going to be new for you. Now you're going to learn it. So guys, 3 months time period, I think it's not like you cannot say like, okay, it's very less. Okay. If you will give your 24 cross, if you just work 24 cross 7, because in the industry, anyways, you have to work at least 16 hours, or you can ask rest of the people also. So whatever the profile. So why can't you just work for the 10 hour? So if you will work for the 10 hour, do the practice. If you have any questions, just explore it. You have the RTL, you have the tool, you will have everything. So just try. In worst case, what will happen? You will not be able to achieve it. Something will messed up in between, and maybe your tool is going to crash, or maybe it is not going to come out, and you have to just exit it. I think that's okay. Play with the tool, play with the netlist, play with the design, and if you have anything, maybe you can ask respective uh, like Saturday, Sunday. This is the second time I'm adding Aditya in a group. So Aditya is already in the group. So the purpose is like if you have any question, ask in a group only. Okay. So like in a weekdays, if you have any challenge or something, you just ask in the group and just help each other also. So you can do in that particular way. And I think we are flexible. We will change the uh, course content in between, or I would say the speed of the course. We can just do the plus minus also. We can, as we will go, maybe we will shuffle couple of things depending upon how majority of you people are going to just ask the questions. Yeah, one more thing, like 8, 9 people, those who are like join this particular batch directly. So our main focus is going to be those people. So it's like maybe for rest of the people like who have like a part of a foundation, if it looks to me I have to conduct any special session for you, I will do it. That's not a problem, because that's a different thing. But the reason I'm just saying, if those 8, 9 people, they are okay, and they are able to understand couple of concepts, and because of you people, if it looks to me the course is going little slow, then definitely I will try to enhance your skill maybe over the weekdays, so that you can just catch up the pace of those people. But don't worry, it will not happen, because I know they also have uh, the like they are here because they just want to fill their gaps. So the way Aditya usually deliver the session is not, it's like he will take the session from very basic till advanced. So in a single session, uh, everything is going to be covered. You will never see this thing like, okay, it's very advanced. Okay, so that's not going to happen. But I'm just giving you the heads up. If anything is there, just ping me. Okay, if any point of a time any one of you feel anything, you guys can ping me individually. So that's not a problem. So you guys have your own individual groups. You can just ping me, and then we'll discuss it. And I will discuss with Aditya how to take it to the next level. Okay, so don't worry about that particular part. Now, from the project point of view, like Aditya mentioned, we'll focus on one of the project. The rest of the thing we will assign you. So maybe in this particular week, you guys can come up and say like, okay, yes, I would like to do the project 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe if you have any other thing in your mind, like which you can think you can do it end to end, we will be more than happy. And yeah, that's all I think. If you have any question, maybe you can ask right now, especially Adesh, Akash, Bala, Kushal, Rishik, Sam, any questions from your side? Any expectation? Guys, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
Aditya. Hello,
Okay.
Aditya.
Yeah,
Yes,
Sam.
Sam.
Yeah. So one query, like
Yes,
there,
sir.
Where can I find these recording sessions like after these classes?
Okay, yeah. So when it comes to the recording, yes, you are right. So all of you guys will get the recording session. So we'll create your login credentials separately, and I will give you the access. So that's just a plan for this particular week. So your tool access, uh, proper login access for these like recording sessions, and if it looks to me anything else, I will do that particular part. So one more thing, just remind me. So there are a couple of reference videos, reference material. We will upload in that particular portal, and we will provide you like, okay, these are the things. So in the group, in our WhatsApp group, we will let you know like, okay, these are these sessions which you have to listen, like before the next sessions, maybe in that particular way. So you have to just go through those particular sessions, and so those are basically like pre-recorded, or maybe some of the classes which is like we have delivered in the past. So it's not like we are going to record the sessions for you right now. Maybe we will not do that particular part at this particular stage, but we'll do it whatever we have done it, and if it required, we'll do that particular thing. So we just want to optimize the times. So like Aditya have mentioned, like even with the 10, 12, 20 year of experience, if someone will say like, okay, they know everything about the PD, that's not that correct. If someone is saying they know everything, that means they don't know anything. So that's very simple. So if we want to finish everything within like uh, 10 weeks or the 12 weeks, that's just very difficult for any one of us. So what we have done, the theoretical or the conceptual thing, whatever we can just give you as a reference material, we'll do it. And then the summary of that or the crisp of that particular videos we'll discuss during the lab sessions. So in the lab sessions, we'll discuss and we'll just continue. So obviously in that particular way, what will happen if we have to explain you a concept for the 1 hour. So now you have a background of those 1 hours. So we will be able to explain that particular part in a 15 minutes or maybe less than that also. But if it looks to us, there is some concept which we have to repeat and we have to spend half an hour also, we'll do it. So don't worry about that particular part. So you can ask a question. But yes, we'll share those reference videos. So those reference video and everything, we'll do it in a separate platform, and we'll give you the access of that. Okay. So Gulshan Kumar, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So just one thing, I think SP Prakash, Sri Prakash, I think S Prakash. Yeah. So I think, sir, you have just joined well, again, am I right? So is it possible like you can just
Hello, am I
yeah.
audible?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Yeah, so I currently work as an RTL design engineer,
Okay.
and my expectation from this course is just to get hands on the PD. In my college, I have gone through the RTL to GDS flow, but I mean, most of the scripts were like pre-written. I did not do much. So, and I also don't have any plan to switch to PD, but I just want to get some experience in PD.
Okay, great. I think that's a good one. So I'm not sure, like, okay, how much you have gone through, like when Aditya was explaining the course content. So maybe uh, once you will get the recording, you will come to know. So we just explain the course content, how we are going to deliver that particular part, and we also like discuss like, okay, how this course is structured, the project, and when it comes to the whole group, so this group is like divided into the two portions. And from the expectation point of view, yes, so most of the people, like those who are experienced people, they have joined this group, they have almost a similar expectation. So like in an industry, they were like just running the flow, whatever with the predefined flow. And right now, everyone just want to understand the scripts. So I think for the freshers, those who would like to join the industry, now you can understand like, okay, the and importance of the script and importance of each and every line. So most of the time you will see most of the trainings or the most of the institute, they just focus on the predefined flow. They will say, like, okay, run this particular part. But that's obviously is not going to help you in the industry. Most of the people, they are here right now because they want to just understand it conceptually. Not only the physical design concept, but from the script concept also. Like, okay, how the scripts are written, the flow is written. So I think you guys can now understand that thing. Okay. Any other question? Anyone of you? Adesh, if you are there, any question? Akash, any question? Vala?
Hello, Puneet sir. I just want to make sure that we'll be dealing with timing sign off with prime time, right?
Okay, so I think I told you like prime time portion is going to be very less.
Uh-huh.
Because that's basically the timing related thing we have already covered in one of our session. This time what we have done, the timing we deliver almost like 3 months, and there's a PD again the 3 months, because last time when we have covered like timing and the PD at the same time, we were not able to justify both the things. So when it comes to if you're looking for uh, the advanced timing and all other things, that's uh, that's not a part of this thing. But PD, if you're talking about the PD, obviously it has a timing itself, like constraint, the timing. So timing basics, timing, how to write the constraint and how to understand the constraint. When you are going to run the PD portion, the optimization and all, how you're going to do during the PD, and how you're going to fix the timing violations. So that portion is already there. When it comes to the ECOs, so if you're talking about like, okay, in a sign off STA, sign off side, if any sign off ECOs you have to do it, timing ECOs if you have to do it. Till now, that's not the part of this whole like whole course. But we'll see. Like I said, uh, once you will just go through the whole PD, after that, if it looks to me and Aditya, like, okay, uh, all of you guys are reach up to that particular level where you need one session or two session for the sign of ST side. So we'll do that particular part. That's the one thing. Or maybe uh, depending upon you guys, maybe I can just share with you couple of sessions from my PD, advanced PD. So that can help you. So we'll see that particular part, Akash.
Sure, Puneet. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the information.
So access you will have, prime time access you will have, but like I said, uh, in the course curriculum, we have mentioned very clearly. So you will not see anywhere it is written sign off STA. And that's the reason I gave you just right now.
But still, we'll be dealing with some basic like timing violations and everything, right?
Obviously, without that, obviously you cannot you cannot just do the PD. So PD is not like just floor plan or the placement. It's basically, yes, floor plan placement is there, but how you will make sure like, okay, it is meeting all the timing, power, and the functionality. So functionality, maybe you will say like, okay, yes, that's we will take care in the initial stage, but timing violation fixing, that's the main thing, and that's the reason we are going to play with the uh definitely you're talking about the optimization. So that's basically the playing with the cells here and there, placing and all other things. So that is a timing optimization we are talking about. So you will come to know all those things.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, Puneet, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Like apart from the reference videos that we may refer in the upcoming days to understand about the basics of PD, uh, can you suggest me any books for the same?
So that's a problem, Bala. It's like I can suggest you a book, but the problem with the books or the textbook is right now, uh, they are not going to cover each and everything. They are going to cover, maybe they will just go with a certain flow and they will just cover in that particular way. So if it is like basic theoretical, if you have to understand, yes, I can refer you couple of books. But what I will suggest you, in place of referring the books, refer the manual, Synopsys manual. So Synopsys, ICC2 manual, maybe you can just refer that particular part. We'll share that particular thing with all of you guys. So if you can just cover those like manual, that's going to help you a lot. Or you can,
Bala,
sorry,
I think your internet is a bit patchy. I think our internet is fine. Your internet is a bit patchy, Bala. But I wanted to point out that they cannot download it from our portal, but we do put some of the user guides and application notes within our secure environment.
yes, yes,
And they can
that we can
refer
do it.
the application notes and user guides are also present. And what I suggest most of the time to people, rather than looking for books, you should read the technology documents. That teaches you immensely a lot. So the technology documents, people just ignore them. They tell you a lot about, from fundamentals of CMOS to complex designs. You can learn everything from technology documents. So this is a reference technology, but the technology documents are actually quite good and they are in the portal. The other thing is the application notes and the user guides. Some of them are also will be in the portal. You should not download them, but you can view them through and use it for your reference.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so we'll upload couple of documents on our portal, so you can just refer that one. So maybe that's we'll do it, like me and Aditya, whenever it is required, we'll upload that particular part.
Okay. And may I know what would be the task for the next 4 to 5 days before starting the synthesis
Okay.
basics?
So okay, so good question. So from our side, so action items, if I will talk about the action items, from our side, we are going to create all your logins. We will upload a couple of reference videos for you people, and we will keep you updated in the group also. And from you guys, for you guys, the action item is, from the basic point of view, just refresh your CMOS basic concepts, like charging, discharging, the schematic diagram, okay? And in terms of if you have gone through the Verilog, maybe you can just little bit about the Verilog. Those who have done the timing, basic timing, maybe you guys just go through the basic timing thing, like at least what is setup, what is hold, what is the delay. Just go through that particular part. I'm not asking you to do a lot of things, just this thing. And especially the RC circuit, okay, resistance and capacitance. You should not be confused, like, okay, how to charge the capacitance, okay, what is the resistance drop. So that particular portion, you should be able to understand. And uh, I think that's more than enough. Maybe Unix command, because at the end of the day, you're going to use a Unix platform, CD, LS, VI editor, and so those things, I think, more than enough. Aditya, if you want to add anything else, I think.
Yeah, so you should acquaint yourself from CMOS basics and Linux. That is basically and a lot of my sessions will actually evolve from CMOS basics. So I will ask you everything from why should I put a bigger drive strength here? So we revise your CMOS basics and do get friendly with Linux, because otherwise it gets very challenging explaining how the directory flow is working in a certain way, where we are running, You should not run in a certain directory. You should run in your home directory. That becomes very challenging. So playing around with basic Linux environment, please start to get friendly with that.
So it should not be like we are just telling you like, okay, what is the relative command, relative path, absolute path. If you are saying, okay, just go inside this directory, then I'm seeing you. We are just let us suppose we ask you to share your screen. And then we are saying, okay, go inside this particular directory. Now, if you are not able to do it, that's going to be a challenge for all of us. Like if you will say like, okay, write this particular command, or maybe execute this particular command, or open this particular file, you don't know how to open it, so how to edit it. So those things, like, I think, because if you don't know this particular part, then it's going to frustrate us also, it's going to frustrate rest of the people also. So please just do the practice around that. And you have enough time, like this whole week. If you have any question, anything related to the basics, I think you should drop a message to me, like in the group itself, like, okay, those things, or the foundation batch people, maybe you can just drop a message in the individual group. Let me see what extra or what best I can do for you guys. Okay. I think Bala, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, answered.
thanks. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Okay, great. And Kushal, anything from your side, or Rashik, anything?
So far I'm good. We'll ask if there is something come up.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Sam, anything?
Yeah, Aditya, one question. So, is there any limitation of using the tools over this entire course duration? Like this much hours only we need to use these tools.
No, 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 no. So nothing is there. So it's like uh we will give you. Okay, so one thing, you cannot go with the multiple sessions, like multiple ICC terminal. Obviously, you cannot open. That's
Okay.
one thing. So they're going to assign you single license. So like ICC, PT, DC, we'll give you the one license. So that's only one thing. Apart from that, uh, there is no restrictions. There are one restriction, yes, in terms of disk uses. Okay, so there is like all of you guys have a disk uses of 2 GB, and I think if you are running the basic labs and all, 2 GB is more than enough, because you are not supposed to copy any PDK or any technology specific data in your directory. So until and unless we specifically tell you like, okay, open it, copy it in your area, you should not do that particular part. That's the one thing. Second thing is, if any material, like, okay, any PDK is present in the common directory, don't try to edit that. Okay, so it's like if you are going to edit it, then it's going to be a problem for all of us. So only these small things, like when we work in a team as a Unix environment, only that particular part. And we will give you a dedicated we have a ticket system. So if any one of you are facing any problem in terms of tool access and all, just drop a mail, that particular mail ID. So it will basically convert into a ticket. So there is a dedicated person who's going to solve that particular ticket as soon as possible. And if it require, he will just connect with you over the Gtalk also, just to understand like, okay, how the system, why the system is not working. So I think that's the thing. Apart from that, I don't think there should be any problem. So we have enough licenses. All of you guys can use those licenses, individual licenses, and you guys will have the individual space also. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
uh,
the only point I would like to add is uh, in the tool there is multi-threading option. Yeah, and a single license only lets you only run so many threads. Don't exceed that. Don't use multiple ICC2 terminals or your DC terminals. So you get one license, your exploration and runs both happen in the same license. And what we have done for this is, sometimes people ask, why not 500,000 gate count? Why not 5 million gate count? Gate count is kept less intentionally for this reason, so that your runs are in sensible time. We are not trying to teach you how to keep tool running for hours and hours. We are trying to teach you how to solve challenges. So gate count is less because your runs will end quicker, and that will help you quickly learn within a single, using your single license. And single license you can use as much as you want.
Yes, so that's what the plan is. I think Sam, was it okay, am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else before we, because we are, I think, Aditya, I think that's all for today, am I right? Or you
Yeah,
want
I
to?
think I'm good. We have covered the basics. The Linux accounts for these people will also be up this week, right?
Yeah, so basically all the foundation people, they already have their Unix account
Got it.
and everything is there. Only this 6-7 people, like sorry, 8 or 9 people, we have to create their login accounts. So it will be done like maybe today itself, or by Monday they will get everything. So with the user guide, like what to install on their laptop and how to access it. And if you guys will face any problem, then definitely you can drop us mail, like I've mentioned, like ticket and everything. And just in case you face any problem, just message on the group. So the best part is, like in our foundation batch, there are people, they are very supportive. They will help you. So in one way, other way. So you can use of that particular part. So that will happen in this like in another 1 or 2 days itself. So Aditya, 1 or 2 more people, they are planning to join, and they are like the new people, and so uh, they were not able to join today. But I think the next Saturday session they will join. So guys, now we will have the session next Saturday, and then we will continue from there itself. Okay.
I have one question. Hello, sir.
Yeah, Amit, tell me.
So I have one question because I have not already learned this thing. So if I want to do a challenging project so how much portion or how much course is completed so that I'm able to do that challenging project?
I didn't get you, Amit. So you are saying how much you should know before starting the challenging project, am I right?
Yeah, yes. So how much portion of the course is completed so that I can able to do that challenging project?
So I think, Amit, you can start the challenging project just right now itself. Okay.
And no, sir, I don't have such much knowledge that
No, no. So okay. So the meaning of the challenging project itself is like you don't know anything, and that's the reason you're doing this challenging project. Okay. Try to understand in that particular way. So if you will ask me, like, okay, when you're going to be ready for take any challenging project, I would say even after the completion of the course also, you will not be ready. So you have to start from somewhere. So yes, maybe you can ask like, okay, can I start from today? So answer is no, you cannot start from today because you have to go through the tool and all other things. So just wait for maybe uh 2 weeks, maybe next weekend and next to next weekend. Okay. And then you can start. So at least you will have, you can start with the synthesis, constraint and all other things. And I'm sure like, okay, once you will start the basic things and then you will do the challenging thing, you yourself will come to know like, okay, yes, this is not the right time. Maybe you have to wait for another a few sessions and then you have to do it.
okay, sir.
Okay, guys, then let's wrap up this session right now. Okay. And we'll continue this thing uh, later on. So, Pooja, yes, that's what I said. CMOS is not 100% covered in the batch 16. I know that particular part. So, We'll do it, and we'll connect with all of you guys next Saturday, and we'll update you in the group. It's good.
And
Okay,
sir,
guys.
tickle will be covered in batch 16 batch or not? Tickle.
So Amit, basic will cover. So I think you missed when Aditya was explaining you. So basic, how to write the basic things, will do it. We have one session already planned for the tickle thing. Okay, so we'll do that particular part, and that should be good enough for you guys. If any gaps are there, then you have the weekdays. So we'll fill those things in the weekdays. So like I said, after this session, now you have an idea like, okay, what is the expectation from all of the batches. Okay, so you have your own individual group. Drop me a message like, okay, at this particular place, you don't know this thing, you need this particular thing. So now you will have almost like the whole week, the next week also. So maybe we'll try to cover that particular part. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone, and thank you Aditya for your time, and I will talk to you in detail later on.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.